Hello. I just took a big hit off of my vaporizer. So I'm looking at Bitcoin. Always looking at Bitcoin. Always looking at Bitcoin. All right. Looking on the monthly. Three things, maybe a couple things I want to point out. You need to know this. Because if your YouTube looks anything, I don't know what that is, but that's got to go away. And there's another one. But if your YouTube is anything like my YouTube, the word pump is overused and the word crash is overused. I'm going to leave it at that. There's a couple things you need to know on the monthly. We have our two candle pullback, which means can we give up on December? Well, here's what I'm thinking. We have just about the same amount of distance from where we are right now to our top as we do from where we are right now to our bottom, if that makes sense. We have 18 days left on the month. We are barely in the middle of the month. Christmas is coming up. People are going to be pulling out cash for Christmas presents. I've done that. I've not been lying or anything. I've been telling you guys. I've been telling YouTube, telling myself for days that I'm slowly pulling money out. I'm slowly going back into cash. Um, I have cold storage Bitcoin that I don't touch, right? And I'm trying to make my Bitcoin buys and sells very spread out so that those are very easy to track, right? Um, so, are we going to have a three candle pullback? And we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. The things to keep in mind is that we have a lot of distance to the 50. And the last time we saw support was 29.5 thousand, 29.5K, 29,500. So think about that. Keep that in mind. Our MACD right here is just ever so pointing downwards, but we can't ignore that. I mean, we can't walk away from that. And this is all in the monthly. So I don't like to go back in time so much, but if we look at the MACD on the monthly, our last big bull run here on the MACD, when that was over, it was over. And we're looking like we're kind of enjoying this extended season for some reason to me. So I have reasons to believe that this is not going to be quite the repeat cycle that everybody thinks is going to happen. But those are the things to keep in mind. We are fully in a two candle pullback. That could be a three candle pullback easy. Um, our MACD is not looking that great. We've got a long way from the 50. If we get out of our MACD here and we just check out the RSI, right? We're low. So we drop to the week. And Oh, no matter what, I can't be right on the weekly scale. So at the beginning of this week, that four red candle here, this one right here was red, I think, or was it green? I think it was green. Then it turned red. Then it was green. Now it's green again. Now it's an indecision doji. Well, so pattern that jumps out at me is obviously the abandoned island, right? We've got three red candles going down. We've got a green candle here. We are 6 days left on this, so we don't know where this is going to go. This could go up. It is possible. On the week, we've come to our 50. So we could dip under the 50. We could go down to 42, right? Now, go to the daily. And we've got this red line at 45K that I drew. Um, and that was a possible place to look for a dip, right? It was also we need to evaluate where we are with Bitcoin. I'm not saying this is the beginning of the bear run by any chance, but I mean, look at that on the day. What do you think? What do I say, right? If these lines are coming together, we're not longing, right? We need to see some spread. We need to see some movement on the daily just to get back up to 65, right? Or else, our best hope is going to be seeing some kind of a parallel channel like that or like that. Now, what would keep us from falling out of this parallel channel that you draw these things not necessarily to be right. You draw these things to see what it would look like, to see if you're just way off, to see if you're wrong. And that looks wrong to me. Doesn't that look wrong? We got to go up, we got to go down. But this could be a big channel. What would keep us from falling out of this channel? Well, big money, bank money. Big money like bank money could could screw up the cycle for good or bad, right? All right, so that's the day. That's Bitcoin. Not much has changed for me, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing right here. I had this right here, not really valid. I'm gonna get rid of all of this and see what I see, right? So yeah, let's replace those three channels with just one channel. That's a big channel too. Well, it's a $6,500 channel. I swear $6,500 channel. It's, it's almost too big to be a channel. I don't like channels that big. But that's kind of where we are, right? Let's take a look at ETH. So if I can get, the idea behind this was that if I could get about 8% of ETH, yeah, let's make the numbers easy. Let's say I have $2,000 in ETH, and I just sold my ETH, right? And I want to buy back in at 8% less, but I'm going to buy the same amount of ETH. Now I have some cash that I can spend on a meat grinder because I got to start grinding my own meat. It's a really long story, but oh my God, these prices. Um, and some Christmas presents, right? So that's where we're at. Um, let's look at this. Let's add the RSI to this. So that's my goal. And I could have done it. I was not paying attention. It's probably doing something stupid, but I could have made that goal. Um, but this would still get me a meat grinder, let me put it that way, and maybe one or two Christmas presents. So we're going to stay in this, especially with the RSI looking like it is right now. There's no reason for me to buy back in my. So the idea, right? Well, the math is so hard with ETH. I don't know what to say. But yeah, so you got $1,000. Hopefully this makes sense. You got $1,000 worth of ETH. It goes down 10%. You buy the original amount. You now have $100 left over in cash. You can take that $100. You can put it into something else. You can take that $100. You can spend it. That is one way to take a little bit of profit and keep your Satoshi position. So right now it's all about trying to get more Satoshis, right? So I could take that money and I could get 10% more Satoshis out of ETH, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Um, but no, nothing. Let's look at it on the 1 hour just for grins. Yeah, we're still kind of bouncing. It looks like we're seeing a rejection at the 1 hour, so I can probably go to sleep on this without worrying too much. Maybe just put in a blind buy. Um, which I should have done already, to be honest with you. But I didn't know what was going to happen over the weekend. But now that it's Sunday night, I can be a little more conservative and I can get back my position in ETH without any big worries. I didn't make a lot of money, but you get the idea. Um, the rest of these are all really small positions. B&B is on the day, it's on that 50. RSI doesn't look bad for movement upward. It looks like it's ready. It looks like it's springing, right? Maybe we'll see something like back here where we've already seen our downward, although we could have maybe more. Yeah, we could have a little more downward, but hopefully we'll see a spring. And if that happens, so it's the same thing with ETH, right? ETH back here, it hit the 100. Well, it's hitting the 100 now, and I expect it to hit the 100 a little more. That's all. And then I'm hoping that it'll go back over. And the moment that it's trading above, moment that it's a full candle, I don't know, trading above the 50 might be a good time to get into it. That's all that I'm saying. But just like Bitcoin, you never know. We could be forming a channel, and that channel could last a really long time. You never know. But right now, I wouldn't be jumping in anything. I think I said that Friday night. Just wait. Just hold on to your money. If you're in cash, you're in cash. You can buy back in. Um, oh, Matic, disappointing. It looks like it's in a free fall. Look at it on the hour. And we got our 50 crossing here. Kind of have a lot in Matic, but Matic's at $2. I'm not going to worry about Matic till it's $1.50. You can call me crazy, but I'm not telling you what price I got in Matic. There. That's a very long, optimistic line. Let's hope it pays off. All right. And Sol. I don't want to look at Sol. Oh, I got all my profit out of Sol, I think. I think I've got half of the profit that I made on Sol, if that makes any sense. Half of the profit that I made on Sol. Yeah, it works out something like that. I don't know. You sell half and then you sell a quarter. Yeah, half of what I made, but you made. Anyways, Sol is. Sol will probably have its thing taken off, much like Vet. I'm still in Vet, but I'm putting it in a wallet and I'm forgetting about it. And we'll see what happens 4 years from now. It's a nice surprise to find coins in your wallet 4 years later and they're like worth hundreds of dollars. So just throwing that out there. Um, let's look at Shiba Inu. Um, let's throw. Oh, we do have the TD sequential. This has not been around long enough for a TD sequential to come in on the week. So yeah. So Shiba Inu is so classic of what I see in every coin, right? You've got, hey, how you doing? Yeah, it has been a while. I hope you're doing well. I hope you prepared yourself there for uh, for everything that's going on. I was just looking at Shiba Inu. I've got a couple friends that they ask me about this, and I have to tell them I don't know much about it. I know that they're trying to turn a meme coin into a real boy. They've got they went about that the DeFi route, which I'm not so sure. You see, DeFi is a saturated market. It's like let's say you go to a country and they've never seen a cheeseburger, and you present them with the perfect cheeseburger, right? It's everything that they've ever wanted in a cheeseburger that they didn't know that they wanted. You're selling cheeseburgers like crazy the first month. The next month, you've got a guy on either side of you and they're selling cheeseburgers. And then the next month after that, on either side of those guys are two more guys each. So now you got six guys competing with you to sell cheeseburgers. right? That's what DeFi is. And that's what I think that's what is happening in DeFi. So Shiba Inu entered DeFi way too late. Now they've got a couple coins, and I'm not familiar with them. Leash and Bone. I believe Leash is. Oh God, I think that's something crazy, like $1,200. I have no idea. I don't know how any of that works. I'm just looking at the TA, and I just put this on a week ago, maybe, and I looked at it real quick. But we see this every time that we see a new coin, we see it hit the market, it gets jacked up in the first day. Good, good, yeah. 47 seems to be kind of a magic number in this swing for me, believe it or not, which is why I'm wondering. I'm glad that I'm positioned to buy some Bitcoin with cash. And then the price just falls to nothing again, right? And then in here, this is where the whales bought it up. And then the pump came in and the whales sold. My guess is the whales were already in by here, and the whales that were involved were out there. And then we have the signal groups getting out, all that kind of nonsense. And, you know, right here is where everybody's at. Now, I don't think NFT is going to save them. I think normies, I think normal people, I think they don't know where to go for NFTs. And if you go to OpenSea, you're hit with thousands of dollars, you know, entry level price. And that's crazy. Nobody's looking to buy a JPEG for that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'm old, maybe I don't get it. I I like the idea of NFTs, but I don't like the idea of them for avatars, if that makes sense. I think NFT could do better. So that's SHIB. Now, it's showing a lot of support here. So you never know if everything takes off. But this has got so many damn zeros after the decimal point. Can't you get like 1,000 of these for $1? I have no idea. I'd have to get a calculator to figure that out. Let's get a calculator. Let's do that. We're going to do that real quick. We're going to take, let's say we get $100, right? So we're going to take 100 and we're going to divide it by that. Hopefully I get the number of zeros right. 4 zeros. 349. 100. Okay. I may never say this again in my life. If you've got $100, just throw it away on Shiba right now and walk away. Find a wallet, put it in the wallet, walk away. Maybe that's stupid, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know what to say. Let's look at it on the 4 hour because I normally don't look at any type of coin on the 4 hour. Well, just like everything else, it's getting rejected at the 50, so at least it's not alone. And on the 1 hour, just for giggles, yeah, getting rejected. I'm gonna cough. Turn off my mic real quick. So yeah, I can't say buy into this. I can't say buy into this. I'm saying that if you have $100 and you can throw away $100. Now might be the time to throw away $100. But if you throw it away, mark my words, you need to know where that $100 is 4 years from now. I don't know. I mean, they might turn this into a. They're trying to do uh, what, uh, dog rescue charity work. Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, 4,700. That are 47K. Yeah, that might not be bad. I would like to see this break. And if we look at this on the day, I don't want to be too hopeful, guys, because I don't like it when people are like screaming on the internet it's pumping because I don't think it's pumping, but I also don't think it's crashing either, right? I think it's just volatile. I think this is what a volatile market looks like when you put a lot of money in the pool. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to see it hit this line. I don't want to see it hit 45. If it hits 45, then I will start to get worried. I want to see this come back up here. I can handle, we've had this happen. We've had crosses over here before. That was down at 29 and that was July. But I can't ignore this right here. Let's see. Let's do something let's do something completely different. Let's get rid of all of our indicators. We'll even get rid of volume and we'll get rid of TD sequential. Now, let's add this. I very rarely ever use this. This is like a market cipher clone. Okay, let's get rid of that. And the reason is because it's basically giving me the same signals that the MACD and the RSI were giving me, right? Which is that we could see this channel here, and we really wanted to break this channel up. I'm looking for something. Well, let's look at a range filter, right? So these are interesting indicators because yeah, so that's actually not a bad. 47 is actually pretty good. Especially now that I kind of look at this right here. So we've got to sell another lineup for another buy, and we could see it hit the top here, 52 easy. Let's get rid of this channel and let's take just a little closer look right here. See what this is telling us at the 4 hour and deep. And then I want to look at this at the 2 hour. So this candle right here, this price has to get to, well, actually, the more it goes sideways, the closer these two gaps will get. But for the most part, that's 50K. I like this tool sometimes. Range filter. I just picked this up. Uh, I'm going to put the link in the description, but Trade Pro. It's just Trade Pro. That should be a site that everybody should be checking out. Everybody should be looking at that, and you should just make sure that you understand what's happening and paper trade it out so that you understand what's happening. But yeah, yeah, 47? Of course, I'm kind of betting against that, but I'm hoping that's a good buy for you. Now let's see, anything else? Golden Cross. Oh, we are just not looking good. Okay, one day Bitcoin looks better. Yeah, we'll have to see. My bet is sideways. My bet is always going to be sideways. So that means that I'm just going to hold off, give myself some breathing room. If there's going to be a parabolic run, I'm not going to miss it. And if there's going to be a parabolic run, there's a parabolic run, I will probably be streaming during the parabolic run. At that point, I will probably use the title, Holy Shit, It's a Parabolic Run in the video. So, just saying, and if you see that video, by the time you see that video, it might be too late to sell. Holy cow. But I'm just warning you, just throwing that out there. All right, let me put back all my indicators. Do, 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 do. Okay, these are my favorites right now. So on the daily, Bitcoin going into a Monday, RSI going up, that's actually looking pretty good. So let's pull up the MACD on the 4 hour. MACD on the 4 hour looks like it might be rejecting at the center point. On the day, it looks like it might be turning around. So this could be a very good week for Bitcoin. I'm not seeing anything that says that it's a pump signal or anything like that, or that there's a crash, which is exactly why I'm going with sideways. I'm thinking that this yellow right here needs to get a little closer to the red before we go up. It's still possible that by the end of the month, if we look at our monthly candle, it's still possible that this gets pulled back and pulled up. However, right now, in the very short term, I'm expecting 2 to 3% drop in Ethereum. And then Crow. Crow is another one that I got out of that I was thinking I might get back into. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get back into Crow, to be honest with you. Uh, it would have to trade. Yeah, these lines would have to turn around. Right now, the 50 and the 100 are still looking downwards to me. All right, I'm going to cut it at that. Hopefully, you guys are prepared. If you're in cash, you're prepared, right? If you're in cash, you're prepared um, for whatever could happen next. Now, you have to ask yourself, what game are you going to play? Are you trying to make cash, or are you trying to make the satoshis? Because in the future, if we live in a future where you don't own anything and you eat the bugs and you live in the pod and you don't offend the metaverse, hard cryptocurrency assets is what's going to allow you to secure loans. It's what's going to allow you to, I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire, but I'm saying that it's going to be a hard, valuable asset that you'll be able to use in some pretty surprising ways. Not to mention that the financial aspect of cryptocurrency is part of the singularity, right? It's the meeting of technologies, a convergence of technologies, and that's what's important. So instant payment, instant capital is instant motion for corporations. So we'll see. That's why I think that we may not see the same cycles that we see in the past, but I haven't formulated or haven't quite figured out a way to or thought that out. But I'm starting to think just from the weekly that this is really not like any cycles that I would compare it to in the past. And I don't have the time to screw around. I mean, that's one cycle right there, right? But you have to go back. I think maybe there's one where it was kind of double top-ish, right? But now, hold on. Let's see. Uh, let's go to Google Images and let's go to what is it? Deanna Troy. Um, why are all these? Now I understand Star Trek Dax showing up in Deanna Troy. That was to find stuff for and the Buick. Anna Kournikova and Raquel Welch. Now Clockwork Orange is another one, but I don't know where Google's filling this out for me. Okay. I want to look for a uh, what is it called? Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, there's nothing just clean, right? I guess this will do. Just randomly clicking on websites, right? This is what we want to see. This is the kind of parabolic that we would be expecting, right? Now, if we're here on this trend line and we're dropping down and bouncing here, right? And everybody's expecting this big parabolic. That's That's high. That's high. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And the reason is if we go to around our last high back in 2017, we're at a 200% increase, 264% increase in price from top to top. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And I'm just thinking out loud now. Okay, so people were saying for the longest time 200,000 Bitcoin, right? I think even one of the banks said 400,000 Bitcoin, but that was like I think they were high. I think bankers I think bankers use drugs, but that's huge. That's a 10 times from the last high. That's a 10 times from the last high. So I'm not going to break out paint, but in order to get a 10 times out of Bitcoin, it's like filling a lake basin. You need more and more water every foot you want to increase the level of the lake. You need more and more water every time you want it to go up. And that's the problem with Bitcoin right now is market cap, right? We need stable market cap in there. Up until 2017, it was still kind of a hobby thing, right? It was just general people that were in it, that were kind of, I don't know, early adopters, right? So we really need good solid money into Bitcoin in order to grow it a lot. And I don't know if it's there, to be honest with you. Like I said, I think that there's a time in the first quarter where everybody kind of YOLOs into stocks. I may be right or may be wrong about that, but will they YOLO into crypto at that point? Will they YOLO into ETH? Will they YOLO into Bitcoin? That's going to be the question. Will we see a parabolic at all, or will we see a sideways, right? And what would that sideways look like? I don't know. It's interesting. It really is interesting. But no crashes, no pumps, except maybe sushi. Nope, not sushi. Sushi's kind of looking good on the day if you're going to short play it, right? See what the 4 hour looks like. And then we'll end with cake. Yeah, so you never know. The next 4 hour might be a two trading above that. That might be a good one. Set your stop losses. That's all I can say. It's 11% stop loss. Holy shit. That's crazy. Look at that at the 1 hour. No, that stop loss is too rich for me. I can't do a 10% stop loss. All right, let's look at cake real quick. We will look at cake USD because there was some movement on cake. On the 1 hour, it looks like it is getting rejected at this resistance at $11.88. On the 4 hour, cake was kind of looking good, but it also looks like on the 4 hour it's rejecting. So I like to look at cake and compare it to BNB. I'm going to leave my line here because if cake is turning around right now, right? I don't believe in double bottoms, but we'll go ahead and mark this as a double bottom. It might be worth it to take some B&B and put it into cake. However, I think I'm going to leave this line right here. Let's change this to green dashed because in order to pull this green line up, this is going to need to start getting around here. And I would probably wait for a good strong buy signal somewhere before it hit uh, uh, 0.02 BNB per cake. And then cake on BTC is doing the same kind of dance. It's getting rejected. It's already been rejected at the 200 twice. It looks like it's getting rejected right now. This could be the final push, right? We could see DeFi take off first. You never know. So I don't think I got 1 inch. And 1 inch right here, not looking that good. Let's go into the 1 hour. Wow. Oh, gee. I mean, you can see that channel is just screaming at you. Screaming. Okay. 1 inch was very good to me. I'd like to see. I'm going to watch 1 inch. I may go back into 1 inch. I may go heavier into 1 inch next time. I don't know. Ave. Nope, no hope. Not looking for an entry. ADA for shits and grins. Nope, not even close. Not even once. Atom and AVAX. AVAX, I need to pull that up all the time because that's one that I want to watch. I want to get back into AVAX. But it just crossed here too. So it will be interesting to see what happens Monday. I'd like to see something pull things out, but until Monday morning. So I guess I'll be up at the computer at 9 a.m. by the minimum 9 a.m. CST to see what happens when the market's open, and then I will plan accordingly. So good luck, learn to trade, and have a great day at work.